All right, so recently Vorticus and Ambassador Kale did a live stream on the upcoming changes to the Phoenix box, which are going to be going live, well, today actually, because I'm recording this after midnight and it's May 5th, Thursday. So after server restart in the morning, this change will go live. This is a data set that Vorticus published that is a spreadsheet showing the conversion values and stuff like that. And it's kind of an apples to oranges comparison in terms of the numbers here. So I decided to manually recreate the entire spreadsheet, then monkey with the numbers to make it a more of an apples to apples comparison, so to speak. Okay, so what are the different parts of the thing that Bordic has published? Here we have a spreadsheet for, let's see, calculating what you have. Like here is a list of, it's just a sample data set, but it's a sample data set with several different tokens from the Phoenix boxes. And, you know, things to automatically tabulate. Like, you know, you open 32 boxes, 4,000 dilithium per box. Total dilithium spent is 128,000. Simple math. So here we have the conversion factors for the number of tech upgrades that you can convert each of these quantities of each type of token into. So one gold tech upgrade can be converted into 16, or one gold token can be converted into 16 tech upgrades, which we see here. 5, 4, 20, etc., etc., etc. So these 32 in those values run through this conversion factor. Each kind of upgrade, total number of upgrades, 32 going in, 74 coming out. These numbers are completely different. So what do you see? Oh, also let's look at this here first. Dilithium per upgrade, tech points per dilithium. This is a calculation of the amount of dilithium you pay for each tech point you apply to the item you're upgrading. So for the enhanced upgrade, which isn't actually all that good because it only gives you 5,000 tech points. It sucks. For that upgrade, you only get a little more than 5 tech points per dilithium spent. Not a good conversion value. With the Phoenix in this particular sample data set, you're getting 29.6, which is a lot better. Because he's using a baseline for Superior, which Superior is at 100% because you're comparing it against itself. And Phoenix is giving you 2.5 times as much, approximately. This is less than half. Not so good. But, okay, so what would these values look like if we fed this data set into them? Now, also, you need to use the whole like token translator thingy to convert the number of tokens or so on and so forth. So here we go. Here we have the data set fed in. Here we have it fed into his converter thing. Here's the data set that he put into the converter, which I can actually put that in myself in a minute. But here is this data set, 115520, which gives you 17520. So we fed that in, and this gives us the tech point per dilithium approximation. So this is a heck of a lot better than that. I mean, seriously. Again, like I said, 2.5 times. This, however, is less than double. Yeah. In part because of the fact that you're getting less tech points per upgrade in the new version. But one thing to note here that's interesting, though, is that this is a calculation. Which is interesting to me because the fact that I fed in apples to apples conversion or comparison here. Okay, this is actually slightly wrong because of but whatever. You know what? We'll just go roll with this because the it's off by 1 because of the fact that the conversion increases the number of UV tokens you have. So each 1 point here is worth 2 here. It doesn't simply add them up, so it increased the number of tokens total that we have, which also means that this number is different a little bit, just a little bit. Anyway, so if 33 tokens total, running through the new system gives us 66 total upgrades instead of 74 in the old system. That's actually not a particularly large change, and the only difference is really the gold tokens. If we were to take out the gold tokens, the changes are actually much less different. See, this is 58, this is 58. It's exactly the same if you leave out the gold tokens. But we'll put that back just for now. Okay, so this works out to exactly 2,000 dilithium per upgrade because the total number of upgrades is exactly double the number of boxes. Anyway, so this gives us about 2,000 dilithium cost per upgrade, which, if you look over here, is slightly more. And with slightly lower tech points. However, if you look at this, though, is that the numbers here are a heck of a lot higher than the superior, even though it's approximately this is approximately 2/3 of what that is. But it's still a hell of a lot better than the superior ones. Which was what Bordicus was using as a frame of reference, because these are the best normal tech upgrades. Normal in giant air quotes because, let's face it, almost no one uses them. Okay, very few people use them, but whatever. And that's the entire reason why the Phoenix box thing was being recalculated, is because of the sheer number of players that use those instead. Because they're cheaper and better, quite frankly. At any rate, so what happens if we feed this data set into both sides of the equation? Let's find out. That's already a 1. 33. Because if you look on the other one, Bordicus actually had this data set being used for the right side. This is a lot smaller number of tech points per dilithium than in Bordicus's sample data set, which is interesting. So what happens? We feed it into this 0, 1, 33, 94, 172. You know, I could link this so that all you have to do is plug it into there, and it auto-populates both of the tables, but whatever. I'll do it manually for now. 0, 35, 94, 172. So this gives us the exact same number of upgrades on both versions, 500. Exactly the same. I'm not sure why. Feels weird. Okay, yeah, this says 301, this says 300. Yeah, okay. This gives us a slightly different number here. Dilithium per upgrade, slightly higher, barely noticeable. Tech points per dilithium. Now here, I'll say something interesting, because on the other one it showed 2/3. Here it's more like 3/4. Yeah. Interesting. This is drastically smaller than the previous data set because, let's face it, the previous data set was skewed towards the high numbers. It had 1 gold token, 1 UV token, and pitiful number of the other ones. Whereas this one is a data set that Bordicus found on Reddit somewhere of someone opening hundreds of Phoenix boxes and posting the results of what they opened. 300 to be precise. Anyways, out of that person's 300 Phoenix boxes, they got this, and this is the actual tech points per dilithium they would have gotten if they converted all of the tokens that they received from that data set of 300 boxes to tech upgrades. They would have spent 2,400 dilithium per tech upgrade, which is almost exactly the same on the new values chart. Because again, the other one was a skewed data set because it had far smaller numbers of the low tier upgrades than the other one should have. Anyway, though, but again, this is considerably smaller because of the fact that the tech upgrade is now approximately 3/4 of how good it used to be. Actually, you know what? I can calculate that. Equals that divided by that. Oh, I did that backwards. Oops. Anyways, yeah, it's exactly 3/4 as effective as the old ones. And this is almost exactly 3/4 of this, because again, there's this one thing in here that skews it by creating an off by 1 error. Whatever. Minor change. So yeah, the new system, you get slightly less. Now, one thing we don't know yet is what are the actual drop odds of the new stuff? Well, tomorrow morning after the patch, I'm going to create a new data set by converting a bunch of dilithium to Phoenix boxes to gather my own data of what the thing will be after the patch. So, I guess we'll do a follow-up tomorrow. Laters.